verbally helping him or
Hello.
So,
for him.
Tonight. Sorry, trying to get steroids into a small person. I might as well be wrestling a pack of cheetahs. I don't get where they get their strength from when they don't want to take medication. There was a headlock involved, and I have no shame in that.
yeah, headlock's bad. We don't do that. We shouldn't do that.
Well, that's really the only way to get it in. Literally sitting there, like, just take it. I will bribe you. So, so I'm here. It took an extra few minutes, but Brenda, I'm doing as well as I can be. I am here. No one in it. I've actually, yay! I caught you. Yay! Hey, TB, fixing grub. Anything good? You making me dinner? Michael talked dirty guns to me. Well, Michael, funny you should make that request. I will be at the range this week, putting a whole lot of rounds down range and doing a semi live. I have to figure out how to do it. I might do it on locals. Um, gun cleaning, so you can see the gun cleaners I use, or I might just do comparisons and put pictures up if I can't get around the can't show a firearm on screen thing. So there's that fun. Let's see what else. The Loki signal. Yeah, no, sorry, Thomas. It was like, ooh, I gotta give her an antibiotic. Crap!
Whoopsie.
My bad. Is it tomorrow yet? Cookie, I don't know. It's not tomorrow. I wish. Tomorrow
It is
never
in Japan.
comes. Yeah. Hey, Ann, good to see you. No, I didn't have to reassemble the deagle after cleaning, although I do owe you guys a cleaning the deagle video. I'll do a deagle breakdown for you guys. That one is a royal pain because dual gas powered recoil springs are insanity.
Well,
It's the worst. And let me just tell you, if you screw that up at all, it takes like 3 hours to find where it yeeted itself to. I didn't have it seated properly once, and I went to go put it in, and it went flying, and it was literally like 3 hours. Because
you ran into the Almighty Jesus clip.
I
This little thing in here, you just you think you got it, pling, and the first thing you think is Jesus Christ.
no, it's not what I said. No, not even close. But at the time, my little one was like 18 months old. I'm like, she's gonna eat it. If she finds it, it's going in her mouth. So
Yeah, you don't want that.
yeah, I had to tear apart the living room. It was great.
Well, at least you know which. At least you know which room it was in. That's a start.
No, it wasn't. It ended up in the hallway somehow. And I have a really funny story about Alberta tonight to tell you guys.
Oh boy.
You guys will love this. Hawaii. I do like Hawaii. I used to spend a ton of time in Hawaii. My dad would be there for like half the year for work. So we had a small condo in Maui and we would go spend all summer. Although I can say after about a month, I was like, okay, I'm ready to go home. I'm bored. Because there wasn't that much to do. Let's see. Let me finish my comments. Never done or seen a field strip on a deagle cookie. I can do that. I can field strip the deagle for you. Okay. So, funny story. As you all know, you guys. Oh, hi, Sydney, Australia. Hi. Someone I missed. So, I think I've mentioned to a bunch of you that I've been to Minnesota a few times. Let me know in the chat if I've mentioned Minnesota and my trips to see my friends in Minnesota. Because someone said I was like 2 hours from Rackets when they'd asked where in Minnesota. So to make sure that we have context, let me know, guys, and then I'll continue on down that path. But no, I'm from Pennsylvania, and I hate the snow. I want to move south again. I actually have several job offers to move south again, and they are very tempting. I detest cold weather. No, but specifically Mankato, Minnesota. So, TV. Okay, so I commented the other night that I have friends in Mankato, Minnesota, and I would go visit them when they're around. How many of you guys ever? Okay, show of my 7 people in the chat. How many of you guys know who Pentatonics is? Michael, I love Florida. Florida is a happy place. It's nice and warm.
Why don't, yeah, my brain says no. I don't know about a Pentatronics. Pentax is the thing that immediately came to mind. That's a camera.
Yeah, Pentatonics, Pentatonics, Pentatonics. There was a show called The Sing Off, and it was an a cappella group, like reality TV show on NBC. And Pentatonics won, yes, the music group. Pentatonics won the first season. The second season was an a cappella group and that season was won by Home Free, who the founder of Home Free is a gentleman by the name of Chris, and their vocal percussionist, beatbox, or whatever you'd like to call him, is his brother Adam. And then they have a gentleman named Tim Faust as the bass. Tim is a classical, he's a basso profundo, which, if you're not a music nerd, Tim blows out most subwoofers. There are videos of him at fairs blowing out subwoofers because his voice is so low. It's insane. He has like a 5-octave range, and he can sing way. The American a cappella group from Arlington, Texas is Pentatonics. Scott Hoying, Mitch Grassi, Kirsten Maldonado, Kevin Osalusa, and Matt Sully. So Pentatonics won the first season. The second season was won by Home Free. And Home Free has Tim Faust. You know what? We will cheat for 1 second. And you'll see why I say this. It'll make more sense in a minute because it was really irritating to me today. I got into an all-out argument with someone on YouTube yesterday. I try to not. I shouldn't say that. I don't really care. If I'm in a mood, I'll argue with almost anybody. So this, let's see. we're going to do it this way. So what you need to know is Humphrey does not take themselves seriously in 99% of the shape, way, and form. Okay? They just don't. So we'll get that one out of the way. And then we're going to go to this. We're going to do this quickly because I really don't feel like arguing with myself again. Which for some reason I have to do lots of. I do it a lot. But hey. Okay. If you can't hear it or me, somebody just let me know.
Oh my God, Tim. Look at her butt. It's so big. Looks like a country boy's girlfriend.
Hustler shooting 8-ball, throwing darts at the wall, feeling damn near 10 feet tall. Here she comes, Lord help us all. OTW's girlfriend done slapped him out his chair. Poor old boy, it ain't his fault. It's so hard not to stare at that honky tonk, but don't get dumb. Keeping perfect rhythm make you wanna swing along. Got it going on like Donkey Kong. And ooh, shut my mouth, slap your grandma. There ought to be a law, get the sheriff on the phone. Lord have mercy, how she even got them britches on with that honky tonk. Double up, patty cake with no hands.
Got me in the club making wedding plans.
If I take pictures while you do your dance,
I can make you famous on Instagram. Ah, damn it, her booty like 2 pence. Go ahead and go ham sandwich. Whoa, I can't stand it, cause you know what?
And yes, Tim is eating a ham sandwich in the background. After they say ham sandwich, if you look at Tim's actually standing in the corner eating the sandwich they just showed. Because Tim. So, Home Free, great group. And Tim is the guy with the real deep voice singing. And watch your stuff, it's amazing. They did Mayday, gorgeous. I mean, that's all a cappella. There are 0 instruments anywhere in that. So I am very good friends with Chris, used to be known as Home Free Hat Guy, the one wearing the cowboy hat. And Chris left the group and pursued solo work and swapped out. They have like a sea shanty melody. They have a ton of great stuff. But as a friend, I do Chris's public relations. So I kept, this one reaction channel kept getting blocked. And so I reached out to them from my Lokificentyt Lair YouTube. And I said, hey, if you're going to repeatedly do reactions, which, cool, whatever, like, just get in touch with me. I will, gladly help you out because of the copyright issues and with copyright ID, right? And the strikes. This dude, the audacity, told me that I was not their publicist. I did not work with Chris Rupp. He checked out my channel. I'm a gun and lube channel to try to stop stealing his audience. Yes, all 4,000 of them. And stop holding myself out to be someone I'm not. Sir. Sir. Just because I have my own YouTube channel doesn't mean I don't do other things. So I got pissed off and responded to him from the official Chris Rupp account. And that emailed him from the official email on his artist page. And I was like, if you're going to trash my channel for being about guns and lube, because he trashed my channel, that it was about guns and lube and try to go after his fan, he was going to, oh my God. And then I got like a 2-paragraph, oh my God, I am so sorry. Like, I idolize Chris. I didn't realize apology email. But he went back and forth with me for like 2 hours in the comments. I was like, okay, double down. You keep doubling down. Let me know how this ends for you. So, yeah, it happens to be a reactor from Alberta, Canada. So, and that's where the Alberta thing. I was like, sir. Sir, no. I would have picked something better. Are we done arguing? So, yes, I got to fight with some random, like, 20-something-year-old dude from Alberta over this. I don't understand. I know it wasn't you, Anne, although I did threaten to show up there. I said I have friends in Alberta. Don't make me come up there and knock some sense into you. I don't really care, like, if you know me, don't know me, want to believe something, not. But don't hold yourself out on YouTube as something and then accuse somebody when you didn't do the minimum research. All you did is went and looked at my personal channel. You didn't read his credits. You didn't read his email. You didn't read his, anything. Which all list me. Okay. There we go. I was in a mood. It's been a day. But so ironically, guys, and Tech is here.
Yep.
Remember the other night we were discussing when to use a 50 and when to use something like a 338 Lapua? And the 4 of you here, if you had watched later that day, there was actually a low speed a la O.J. Simpson car chase involving a semi cab and them trying to figure out how to stop it. And I'm like, dude, guys, you're not moving that fast. And I see overpasses. Like, I can end this. We don't need 15 miles of police chase. Please stop. And it actually just happened yesterday. And I'm just, I have Patty's and DM me an address. I will mail you. Hey, Patty, my gorgeous, lovely lady. And send me an address. I will send you some autographed Chris merch. Did you ever do another reaction to Chris? This just happened yesterday. He did put another one up, but not of Home Free. And I was fairly nice, all things considered, after the, like, you want to keep doubling down, we can do this all day. Like, I have all day. All of it to do this. So, yeah. No, but he like worships Chris, which is hysterical. But I warn people, it would be like one of you guys talking to text text Squirrel my Krakow and saying, "You don't represent her. I saw your channel and it's you playing video games. Because I promise you, when Tech Squirrel calls my cell phone, because my Tech Squirrel has my phone number, it's not going to be well received."
I'd
You want-
probably try and send you a text first, just to give you a heads up.
You know what I mean. Well, he's actually out of the country right now. But Pentatonics, Home Free, and Voice Play, which are the three best known and largest a cappella groups in the US, Canada, and some of the best known in the world, they're all really good friends. So if your whole channel is based on reactions, if you think I can't have every single reaction from every a cappella group struck for copyright, you're wrong. No. Yeah, I mean, what do they say about ladders? Like, you don't know who you'll need on the way down, kind of thing? Don't forget where you came from? Drives me nuts. But I was like, sir, just back away.
Do not annoy the Loki. She has a tendency to become emotional and resort to copyright strikes.
Okay, well, not true. I was not the what were they calling him? The copyright cuck? I'm not the person that was illegally copyright striking people. But I do hold all of the TB. Did you see him eating the ham sandwich in the corner? It's hysterical. It's just funny because all of a sudden you see Tim eating a ham sandwich. You're like, what is he eating the ham sandwich? Okay, great. Yeah, home free stuff's actually really good. It's really nice to listen to. They don't take themselves seriously. At the end of that Butts remix, you'll actually see a guy wearing short shorts overall and no shirt with a rose tucked in.
Oh,
And
jeez.
it's actually a friend of Rob and Chris's from Minnesota. And
I hope they took the thorns off that.
oh yeah, he's just in like the overall pocket. And he's like twerking in Daisy Duke overalls just for lols. It was great.
Ah.
No,
Wow.
it's hysterical.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm trying not to imagine it at the moment.
No, it's funny. Yes, you can, Thomas, I have said you can. You can indict hand sandwiches. I think I heard his singing continuing too. Probably Chris has released quite a few things, but Chris has 3 original albums, 2 gospel and Christmas ones, 2 covers, and then his new group Cypress Fire has an album coming out this summer, and 7th Ave, his other group, has 2 albums out. So every once in a while I go out on tour with them to handle their publicity and to deal with groupies, because groupies are fun. Not at all. The things groupies do, oh my lord.
Don't you just want to slap it off them?
No, but they joke I'm like the best bouncer because I don't care.
Ka-thunk.
I'll do anything to get on that bus. Awesome. I've seen boobs. I don't care.
Go away. Don't go away,
No,
Miss Groupie. Just fuck off.
you know. Nope. I'm good. Thanks. I'm good. Yeah. But the guys are great. They're fun. They're nice to listen to in the background. They actually have crack out the keyboard.
Yes, yes.
They actually have the Butts one is funny. They have a country fried pop. They have some amazing Christmas music, but yeah, Tim manhandling that sandwich is amazing. No, there was no bacon on it. And yes, it was like spur of the ham, like spur of the moment. Tim just took the sandwich. TB, they actually did a God Bless Texas for charity. So the God Bless Texas is good. And if you watch Chris did it on his own channel. And Chris did, what's the name of it? Why can't I think? My brain's not working. Can't remember the actual. Where is it? Where'd you go, Chris?
He's hiding from you special. Anyway, we got to know.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Like I'll text him and yell at him. I don't care. He's not. Oh, here we go. Don't Give Up on Me, the healthcare tribute by Andy Grammer. He covered Don't Give Up on Me. The last scene when the credits are rolling, you will see somebody in full hazmat gear sitting on the bumper of an ambulance, and that's me. Ring of Fire. Tech TB, that is not his lowest. Not even close. Not even close to Tim's lowest. Trying to think what has Tim's lowest note in it right now. He did Angels Among Us on Chris's channel. He goes fairly low on Angels Among Us. Let me see what Tim's current lowest he has out is. Because Tim is Tim. Tim is insane. Let me see. Adam Rupp, by the way, Chris's brother, does one of the best. He's one of the best vocal percussionists you'll ever see. Man of Constant Sorrow, he does go fairly low. Oh, we can do this one. Let's see. You want low? We can. I'll do this to amuse myself. Hold on, guys. We'll have a let's all laugh break for a minute. Tim has a couple. He goes lower than low. It's not a growl. He actually very rarely uses the growl. Tim does sing subharmonic, like Jeff Castellucci from Voice Play. So he does the subharmonics with it. No, it's not vocal fry. It's not a growl and it's not vocal fry. He does have he can do it, but he can sing subharmonic, and they are actually different. Which the only reason I know is because I've been in the studio with them way too many times. Yeah, it didn't work. Here you go. This one's a quick one. And you'll be able to hear Tim.
The ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Billy O.T. The winds blew harder, bowed it down below, my bully boys blow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She'd not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right well bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum.
The pirate Captain Jack
when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Da 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 da.
What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor? What will we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning. Put him in the brig until he's sober. Put him in the brig until he's sober. Put him in the brig until he's sober. Early in the morning. Way hey up she rises. Way hey up she rises.
You should be able to hear Tim the whole way through because of how low he is.
Oh, the wind was foul and the sea ran high. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. She shipped it green and...
Kendra's referring to his collaboration on Misty Mountain with Peter Hollins. That is also not his lowest. And if you want a really, really low one, Jeff Castellucci did 16 tons, which is phenomenal. But it'll make your brain rattle. No, yeah, Patty, that whole thing, you can hear Tim throughout. Tim's lowest that I know of. What is it in? I'm texting Tim right now.
I'm just sitting here. I'm okay.
I know. Yeah, but it's really cool because you can hear Tim. Like, it doesn't... B0 is where Tim sings. His lowest note is a B0.
No way I could get down that low.
Yeah, he sings he can sing down to B0. It's Tim's lowest. Tim can also sing. Tim's got a 5-octave range, but ironically, Adam, the beatboxer, has a bigger range than Tim, and it's very rare that you hear him. Michael, he says it's B0. Some people call it a G. It depends. But if you asked him, that was what he just texted me. B0. So. But yeah, that Jeff Castellucci 16 tons is phenomenal. He's another one that when he does it, you're like, what? I was at the Minnesota State Fair, and Tim, if there's outtakes of it, Tim blew out the subwoofers, and all you could hear was like this horrible screeching for like 20 minutes because he blew them all out.
And the penguins are all jealous.
He's done it a few times. Yeah, Adam actually does have a bigger range because of some of the vocal percussion stuff he does, but Tim can sing all through 5 octaves. And he does. If you listen to him in Mayday, he is way up there. But yes, if you were want to go on technicality, Adam. Beezer is contra alto for a male. I'm not a huge. How low can Tim go? B0 to E2 is his. Yeah, it says he can hit. He's not far above. Yeah, Tim's insane. Insane. So, but I just spend a lot of time laughing at them. So, because I can't take them seriously. Like I can't take any of them seriously, especially when Austin is over there dressed like a flamboyant gay pirate in the sea shanty thing with his sword. I was like, hey, Godric Gryffindor, put it down. You look ridiculous. Just saying. But anywho, yeah, no, they're crazy. But yeah, I was like arguing with this person. I'm like, please just stop. I'm just gonna strike your shit. You're just gonna annoy me enough that I just strike all your videos.
Yeah, but do please do them one at a time. Because if you strike everything all at once, he only gets one strike.
No, if I'm gonna go strike everything he copyright strikes, I'll wait a couple hours. For a copyright strike, he'll get yeeted faster than he knows what to do. I am the only person authorized other than Chris himself to strike things or do anything on Chris's behalf.
More holes than plugs, huh, Patty?
Yeah, I love me some Patty. And Anna. I love me all my beasties. Yeah, but they're insane. But so I spent time arguing with that dude. Yeah, the guy, I mean, he was very nice once he apologized. He's like, but I was fangirling, and so I didn't do research, and you might want to before you challenge me. Well, whatever, you do you, boo. I thought that was that one. But yeah, TB, when they did God Bless Texas, they did the Andy Grammer one. Well, when Chris did it, I was really touched because Chris used pictures of all my friends from around the world on ambulances and in the field during COVID. And then the final picture is me sitting in a hazmat suit on the back of my ambulance in the middle of COVID. I'm sorry you're not feeling great today, Patty. Big hugs, big hugs. So, you know.
But the funny bone can be enhanced that way, so maybe it's not all bad.
Yeah,
silver lining.
You can, like, if you want to laugh, you can watch their butts thing. They've one called the Country Fried Pop Melody. Home Free does not take themselves seriously 99% of the time. And you're like, why are you sitting here wearing that? Please wear something else. Yeah, Michael, I don't know. You just go watch Jeff Castellucci's shit. Yeah, oh yeah, honey, I'm good. The Andy Grammer one. It didn't. No, Honey, I'm Good isn't the Andy Grammer one. He did the other one. The Andy Grammer Healthcare Tribute. You Can See Me. I mean, I can pull it up if you want to see it. Or I can pull up one of Jeff's if you want to see Jeff singing really low.
Okay. Oh. Well, congratulations on losing weight there, Patty.
Yay, Patty!
But yeah, your meds probably need to be adjusted if you've lost
Oh,
that
yeah.
much.
Yeah, that's generally what you probably need. So, but yeah, that aside, whatever. So, that funniness aside, it was just like, can we not? Let's just not argue today. Stephanie doesn't care enough. But back to other fun things and gun things.
Wow.
Wow, good job, Patty. I am
Outstanding.
proud. I'm proud of you. Everybody high fives for Patty in the chat.
I know, right?
Good job.
Might be a tad on the steep side, but
No. 1.5 to 2 pounds a week is healthy and reasonable by medical standards. Not considered excessive at all. So, okay, that aside. But yes, I was like arguing with this dude. I'm like, why am I arguing with you? I'll just send it from the official Chris YouTube and email. I wrote, hey, keep challenging me. It's Stephanie, the publicist. Double down again. You do you. I was in a mood. I was actually in a mood. How have you been, Michael? How have you been? You came up in conversation today, which was like strange enough. We were having a discussion about you earlier. So, but yay for yay for Patty. We're all here for you. So, there was some silliness I wanted to talk about gun related. Let me find it. Talk amongst yourselves for a moment. If you have any questions, pop them in the chat for me. I'll answer them in 1 second. Oh, okay. So, people keep asking me if I'm going to cover the Colorado LGBTQ shooting. When there is more out, I will. There's a lot out about it, but I would like a little bit more before I cover it, because it's going to be a very contentious thing. So I will cover it, I promise. I just need to get a few more pieces of information before I can. Especially with his opinion and opining of why he did it. So there's that one. I believe Kendra, which was the case you wanted me to cover the perspective of mass casualty on? Patty, brain fog, totally a thing. That's me most days. What do I think of rubber bullets, Michael? I think they're stupid. So, while we're on random topics, let's have this discussion. No projectile is non-lethal. None. There are less lethal weapons, but nonetheless, they are still lethal. Rubber bullets, I've used them and encountered them several ways. Sometimes you'll find them wrapped in cloth, like a flannel almost. And then once they leave the barrel, the flannel and the wadding kind of come off so that they go. Some of them, it stays on to spread things out. If I shoot you dead center in the chest with a rubber bullet, I will probably kill you. So, Kendra, go look at our messages on Discord. You asked me on Discord. I know you did, and my Discord's being stupid. So just let me know. We're all having brain issues today. Kind of like, Michael, kind of like when you hear of Little League pitchers, they get hit with a line drive in the chest and it's enough to stop their heart. Simunitions will do the same thing. So they're less lethal. They can disrupt the electrical activity of the heart. In a drill training situation, and we were training for a school incident, I took a shot at somebody with my Barrett with a rubber bullet, and I broke 6 ribs.
Because that's a lot of impact. So
I was 1.25 miles away. It's still a lot of impact. But I wasn't up close, and I still broke the ribs. And I felt awful. I actually was intending on just shooting them in the plate, but at the last second after I'd already squeezed off my shot, they turned. So I caught them in the ribs.
Oh.
Instead of the plate. Bad luck. I felt awful.
Crunch.
They hurt, but they will break ribs. They can stop your heart. They're less lethal. Pepper spray balls, like the OC pepper balls, I've shot people with, and I can tell you that the next 2 hours was spent with a pair of forceps picking plastic out of their skin. Because much like with paintballs, they're in a plastic shell. It will embed in the skin. So there are less lethal options, but they all have the potential to be lethal. And people forget that. And it's right weapon, right choice. So people just need to keep that in mind. Like I've said before, my 50 is not anti-personnel, it's anti-object. Anti-armament. Anti-building. TB, actually, a lot of them do. I used to see a ton of them in the ER. When I was still on the medic unit fairly regularly, doing special responses out of the ER. If we weren't busy, I would help ER docs and nurses because I can suture. And after paintball tournaments, hours of forceps and magnifying glasses, picking out plastic. Yeah, Thomas, that's what I said, Rubber bullets will break things. Stop your heart, just like a baseball. But ironically, I know several inmates who shooting them with rubber bullets out of a shotgun, they could care less. You'll watch him take it like a champ. Like, okay, you do you. But ow,
Yeah, ow. How about
you
let's
know,
not say we did. I think pinballs are actually a bit too big for that.
what, paintballs?
No, pinballs.
Oh, yeah. If I eat more salt,
no.
I feel better. Patty, yeah, then you definitely need to.
Yeah, just don't go completely nuts with the salt. You definitely need
One
to.
day's worth won't do anything if your blood pressure's low. So, but it'll make you feel better. But yeah, they're less lethal. They're not non-lethal. It irritates me. Just like everyone's like, well, why don't you send social workers in to psych calls? Have you actually talked to the social workers? Because they sure don't want to go.
Well, why would they want? But why would they want to go? That might be. It might be dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. I
Or
had
so they'll tell
I used to get called to scenes all the time. All the time. And the crisis team would be out there, and I'm like, well, go. You're the crisis team. Well, they're violent. Okay, take police. They're not available. And they said they don't do psych. That's medical. Okay.
That's just them not wanting. That's just them not wanting to work. That's what
Actually, that's not true. So here's the funny thing. In most states, civil commitment for evaluation, Pennsylvania, it's a 302. California, it's a 5150. It's actually a warrant. And if you read the bottom, it says it's a warrant that must be served and effectuated by police. I used to go to psych calls.
We don't do psych calls.
Mm-hmm. I'd go and then, I'd have EMS screaming, they're violent, you take them. And then police are like, I don't do psych. And the crisis people are like, well, they have to do it. And I pull the paperwork out and point to the bottom. This is a warrant, must be effected by police. So, man up, boys. Have fun. Yeah, Patty, they do get more freaked out, but they want us to go deal with it anyways. And are there situations that are mishandled by police? Yes. But there are situations across the board in every job. And social workers are not equipped to be in the field, especially going into people's houses, which is inherently not safe. And when Pootie, Al Carson's on my channel, you guys will get to talk to Pootie about it. He used to go with me, and we would go on the violent psych calls together and discuss what actually happens in the classes he had to teach to EMS to make it safe for EMS to go take on some of these violent psych calls. So, let's not. People don't get it. So there was that. But yes, I will cover the CNN. And Kendra, now you're making me look up the stupid thing because you didn't answer. Hold on. I don't want to forget. It's been a long day. Where's Kendra? Here we go. Kendra, I started the stand my ground thing for you. Let's see, where is this? Okay, that was about.
Yeah, Patty, it would be kind of hard for a dog to operate a firearm, much less a bow. Even then, it would be kind of hard.
A little bit.
You might be able to turn the dog into a projectile weapon that way, but you definitely aren't. It won't be able to operate one.
Okay. Well, I mean, we'll go with funny story time. Just cheer Patty up. So, from the tales of stupidity that follow Loki around, and I have to tell you the airplane story. Positive trigger safety. That's a good one, Michael.
What are you doing?
You know, everybody sees the police canine cars, and they say don't approach police canine. Patty, you'll be good. And
You'll be fine. We
I
promise.
had a police officer get rushed into the ER by his buddies, and he had a tourniquet on his arm. I don't know what happened, but something happened, and his canine, who had been his for a while, snapped and bit him. And you could see the inside of the ulna and radius. He took the muscle out of the forearm.
Ow.
Yeah, he literally just ripped the muscle out between the two.
Patty is properly equipped now.
Okay, so you could see the bone, right? And I'm like, okay. And someone goes, I was like, well, where's the dog? Because then the dog has to be tested for rabies, even though it's a police dog. We still have to test it. And he bit his own handler, which is really weird. And I'm like, okay. And he is bouncing around the back of this police car. I looked at everybody and I was like, what would you like me to do? He bit his own handler. Can't you give it ketamine? I said, I will hand you a ketamine tablet. And last time I checked, the cafeteria had cheese. I hear they like cheese. Wrap it up and chuck it in the back. There you go. Because if you think I'm standing here going, here, puppy, 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 after it ate part of its own handler's arm, y'all are on crack.
I wouldn't put my hand anywhere near that dog. What actually did wind up happening with that dog?
Well, it got worse.
Oh no.
But I was like, cheese, I'll give you cheese. Wrap a pill in cheese. They like that from what I know. No, I'm not going over there. You're an idiot. Have you ever watched something in slow motion? Like when you're watching a train wreck in slow-mo? The next thing I know, there is this lady running up to the police car screaming, "Puppy!" who very promptly stuck her arm in between the bars of the open back window to pet
And
it.
then promptly lost it.
Yep. And we all yelled like no in unison. But I was like, okay, great. That went well. And that's why you don't stick your hand in a canine vehicle.
No, they weren't calling you. They were not calling you. I have a abstraction.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I'm actually hurting myself.
but
Somebody
yeah,
said puppy, and keep running.
I was like, why did you stick your hand in between the bars? Why? What about that sounded like a good idea? It just ate its handler's arm. Please make it make sense. What part of this sounded like a good idea at the time? No, Patty, you cannot quarantine them for 10 days. Even if they've been vaccinated, there are some strains of rabies that are resistant to vaccination. And they can have other issues like meningitis and things.
And meningitis does not play.
So, can you say control pole? No. You could not get a control pole near enough to this dog. This dog was. I loved the dog. Um, I got along with the dog. The dog spent a lot of time in the ambulance with me, but the dog was thrown out a window by a suspect off the 3rd floor. They had sent it in, and the guy stood in front of a window and moved, and it went out the window, and it broke its back and had some injuries. And when it came back, it was not right. And that's why it attacked its own handler.
Oof. Hopefully, they
Um,
found some way to rehab the dog.
no, the dog, unfortunately. The problem was, it ate most of the handler's arm. It took a whole muscle out, but it took the lady's arm off.
Ouch.
Patty, it had recovered from its injuries. It had gone through everything that they thought. It requalified. It was fine. It wasn't so. They actually had to do a lumbar fusion with 2 vertebrae for it because it broke its back, but it was fine. The dog essentially had doggy PTSD. Yeah, TB pretty much. And something triggered it, and it was not reliable enough to be able to, try to rehab. Just didn't like most humans anymore. Yeah, it was just a time bomb thing. Although, Patty, you're gonna cheer the small human on for this, but my small human wants an ovcharka. She is bent on getting an ovcharka. And I can't. I just, what? Like, why did you pick it? Like, of all the dogs to pick, she doesn't want anything but an ovcharka. I have tried. Get her a poodle. She doesn't want one.
I was going to
wants
recommend a Shiba Inu.
Nope. She wants a Caucasian ovcharka.
How do you spell that?
Hold on, I'll pull up the picture.
So I've never heard
Hold
of
on.
it. Okay. Rawr.
Being demanding over here. I used to have one. My brother actually did. And unfortunately, We had to get rid of it because it went after someone. And it wasn't its fault. It was people can't listen. It was the most loving puppers ever. Like it really was. But here we go. Patty, I used to have one. I mean, I've had very large breeds. So I'm pretty good with them. There you go. This is. No, that didn't work, did it? Let me zoom out. Hold on. There you go. That is a Caucasian Ovcharka. That's a puppy. Croco, did I lose you?
No, I'm just looking at that. Damn, that's a pup.
Mm-hmm.
How big are they? How big are they as adults?
Hold on.
The Caucasian Shepherd.
Yeah, it's also known as a Caucasian Shepherd. My brother's fully grown was quite large. There you go.
Those dogs are bigger than she is.
There you go.
To say, my brother-in-law's got a huge ass Saint Bernard.
Oh no, these are like 3 times the size of a Saint Bernard.
Yeah, well,
Saint Bernard is not trained at all.
yeah, no, he failed to train it.
Yeah, my brother used to have a 50-gallon Rubbermaid tote chained to his mailbox. And it said, "Leave all packages here. Don't approach the house." And his dog was named Bear. And not because of its temperament, but because this stupid dog would flop down on the ground and it looked like a bearskin rug.
Cool.
Like, it would just like flop. And you're like, I'm gonna need you to get up now.
Yeah, but at her age, she could probably ride that thing.
I can ride it.
You know what? I bet that dog would be so protective of her.
I mean, in theory, I could ride it. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, they'll hit 300 pounds easily. So, Patty, actually, they will not violate my homeowners. I did check. A standard poodle is higher risk according to most homeowners' policies than an Ovcharka. But that's because very few people own purebred Ovcharkas. Yeah, I mean, it's generally 36, 40 inches at the shoulder and 300 pounds, 325. But yeah, this mailman didn't listen, and UPS guy, and my brother had full glass at the front of his house. and it just wanted to say hi, and it ran right through the window and tackled the dude.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, licked him to death. It didn't bite. Stupid thing's harmless.
Still dead.
No, it didn't kill him. I mean, like, he just licked it repeatedly and gave him a good face wash. And the guy was like screaming like he was dying. I'm like, he doesn't bite. He doesn't. He's like the dumbest dog you've ever met. He thinks he's a lap dog.
Oh, yeah, no.
Like that guy that was holding the puppy? Like that. You could pick this thing up and drag it around. It didn't care. Yeah, it tackled the guy and just licked him to death. Kind of thing. The guy freaked out. I'm like, he doesn't bite. If you train them well, they're great family dogs. They're very protective of family. You cannot leave them in a room alone with little kids, though, because they will flop over on like little ones, and because of the weight, they can hurt them because they don't realize how much they weigh. Yeah, Patty Roddy will invalidate my homeowners. Any form of pit bull, Doberman, a full-size standard poodle. But no, Ovcharka isn't on that list. I tried to convince her that we could get a Malinois or a German Shepherd, and she could care less. She wants an Ovcharka, and she wants to name it either Fluffy or what was the other one? Princess Sparkles. I was like, I am not going outside yelling, Princess Sparkles, come here. Or come here, Princess, and have that come running. Or, come here, Tiny. Come here. It's kind of like a big fuzzy Mastiff, but it's about twice the size of a Mastiff. Fluffy like the dog from Harry Potter, you wish. Like, she literally wants to sit there and name it the girliest, dumbest, most ironic name she can, because why not? She's a girly girl. But I was like, I really don't want to deal with this. Like, that's a lot of dog. It's like 2.5 times the size of a large Mastiff. They're actually used as, they're originally bear hunters, and they are almost exclusively used as prison dogs in Russia and Siberia. So in the US, you got to get away from, the prison dog that's a German Shepherd. You go to Russia or Siberia, and that's what's chasing you.
I agree with you there, Patty.
Oh, I do too. But, like, what do you want me to do? Come here, Princess Sparkles. Come here, Tiny. What was the other thing she wanted to name him? Oh, Schmoopy. Her Schmoopy bear. I don't know where she got it. She's like, I'm going to name it Schmoopy. I'm not yelling this down the road. And I don't have to worry about her safety ever again, because she's just going to ride it. Like, somebody is going to come to my front door, and I'm going to open the door, and you are going to be face to face with 300 and something pounds of that. It used to ride in the front seat of my brother's Beretta. Yeah, he had a Beretta, like a little ass Beretta, and it would ride in the front seat.
Damn
And
it.
it thought it was a lap dog. But yeah, I was like, you're insane. And for anyone saying they want no Sharka, the only breeder that I recommend for them, he is actually right near Las Vegas. He is one of the very few responsible breeders. There are very few people that purebreed them in the US, and they're very tightly regulated to make sure there's no inbreeding. Patty, my brother's 6'9". He needed a sunroof for himself. He was notorious for if he borrowed certain cars, my brother would have to open the sunroof and stick the top of his head out, or ride gangster with the seat leaned all the way back because he didn't fit. Kendra, they're actually not that bad. The ones that you see, they're double coated, aren't brushed, and they're not puppy cut. But if you keep up on it, they're not that bad. And if you train them well, they like to be brushed. But this stupid thing, they'll sit on your lap and think they're a lap dog. You just legitimately have to teach it it's not the alpha, and you have to be very careful bringing people home. They are very territorial of family. And the biggest issue with them is they can be territorial of one person in a family. So, if it decides to be territorial of her, you could have, issues. Because, yeah. Two perfectly normal sized human and companion. Pretty much. Yeah.
Yes, 8 dogs worth of fur.
Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, they're Siberian. That's why they're equipped. I actually know someone. I got a phone call asking if I could help rescue one because it was surrendered. Someone left it chained up in a yard in southern Alabama in the summer.
Oh, ow.
And everyone was scared to go near it, but they don't do well in that kind of heat. And if you're not very good with very large breed dogs, they're a handful. But yeah, she will not go for a Malinois. I've tried. Or a German Shepherd. That's the only dog she will accept. Yeah, Patty, it makes me unhappy too. I went and got the dog and coaxed it out. We found it a home, but my tiny person was 2 at the time. And having a 240-pound dog and a 2-year-old is a bad idea because, like I said, it won't try to, even if they're all trained, it's not trying to hurt her. They will just like roll over or flop onto someone or try to cuddle and just sheer weight. They don't realize how big they are.
Of course, they're all little bitty dogs until you get down to Pomeranians and Chihuahuas. Then they're huge.
But yeah, she's convinced that that's anything bigger than a weak, medium-sized dog, they walk me. Kendra, I think you weigh more than me. Or close to what I do, and I can walk them. You just have to train them right. And you have to get their trust. That's enough for me to write up several reports. And high dollar. Yeah, I mean, Patty, it makes me mad. Although, Patty, if you happen to rescue any hedgehogs, I will take one. Patty, if you find, yeah, Kendra, you're a couple inches shorter and pretty close to me in weight. Um, but yeah, I want another hedgehog. I miss my hedgehog. And I try to not buy them from breeders. I prefer to rescue. Especially hedgehogs. Everyone thinks they're like adorable when they're tiny. They don't get very big. They're like tennis ball sized. But, people get sick of them. But Patty, if you find one, I will gladly take it. I've rescued a few snakes. I used to have a pet snake. I like my snakes. But I love my hedgehogs. But yeah, oh
Yeah,
my
I'll
God.
pass on the snake, thanks.
Why? I used to cuddle with mine, let it sleep in bed with me.
Yeah, I'll pass on the snake, thanks.
6 foot long ball python. Somebody left.
Hmm?
Someone left a 6 foot long ball python when they moved out. And police called me to come get it. So I like reptiles. But hedgehogs, I saw a meme with a porcupine that said open carry. I love it, TB. Yeah, Michael, they generally don't make good pets, but you'll even deliver. Do you have any cool genetics as wild type? The python or my old hedgehog? The ball python was yellow and white. Someone left it in an apartment, and one of the police called me to come rescue it. They were all scared. Yeah, it was a yellow and white ball python, but everyone was scared to pick it up, and it could have cared less. You could tell it had only ever been fed frozen foods, like frozen rats and mice, because it would get beat up by a regular mouse. And people don't realize that if you only feed your snake already deceased prey, they can't survive in the wild because they'll get beaten up by a mouse because they're not used to the food fighting back. So,
Hey, wait a minute. Lunch isn't supposed to fight back.
right, but I mean, like, they're hand raised, and then what do you do? So, why not?
Teach it to scavenge, I suppose, because that's what it's been doing.
Meh. At Texas, where did I miss an email? Oh my God. I love you guys. You guys are the best. So, I'm gonna cover what people have asked. Tomorrow, I'm gonna do it daylight because I have a few that asked me about doing it daylight. So we will cover the college shooting. We will cover the Colorado one. And we will cover the drove through a crowd one.
Whew.
Now here's the thing. Oh, I'm homicidal right now. Loki is homicidal. Loki is absolutely homicidal right now.
Do we want to know? You run into that level of stupid earlier?
They found the look at the private chat. Because if you guys want a rant, you're getting it tomorrow during the day.
Oh, right. I heard about this earlier.
Yeah, well, you guys are getting a rant tomorrow.
Sounds good to me.
That poor baby that's been missing, that they were looking for the mom, that they said the mom did it from Georgia. You're getting a rant. Okay, guys. Tomorrow we are going to have the Loki rant. We are going to have a Loki rant about someone else that drove through shit. We are going another parade. Well, a crowd. We are going to have a Loki rant on the college football player shooting. And we are going to have a Loki rant on the nightclub shooting and the narrative people are trying to spin. So, Anne, tomorrow I'm going to need you to not order Domino's pizza. And for you and Patty to have your inhalers.
Now, if you're going to order pizza, get Pizza Hut.
But I believe one of the two of them was the person that commented, I spit my Domino's across the room.
Not sure on that, Kendra. I believe so, but don't quote me on that.
I'll make it so it doesn't matter.
Sorry about the keyboard, folks. No. Death penalty statutes are unconstitutional in Georgia.
Nope. No capital punishment in Georgia. So, you guys are going to get angry, ranty Loki tomorrow. There's too much stupid. So there's going to be Loki rants tomorrow. Tech, come up with a good name, because I got a whole bunch of angry to rant about.
Turn off which?
Whatever. You can come up with whatever name you want, because we're going to have Loki rant tomorrow. So come up with a good one.
Random rants. Loki goes ballistic. It'll be great.
I was going to do the ballistics thing for TB and Michael, but no, there's too much stupid I need to rant about. Either I will do ballistics in the evening tomorrow separate, along with our states, or yeah, I'll do that. I'll do fun stuff and our states tomorrow evening. But there's going to be an angry Loki rant. You think I yelled at the prosecutor that needed a hairbrush?
Oh, you mean after she decided to wrestle with the guy on the gun?
Yeah, just don't use.
No.
He's not going to use homicidal Loki. He's really good at coming up with like funny things. But you know, and by the way, the hair has changed slightly since you saw my predominantly black with the red ends. At this exact no, Kendra, we can't. That will get it.
That will have the same problems as homicidal Loki.
Well, if she wants machine gun mouth, it will get it age restricted for the title.
Yes, actually, both of those, Michael's and Kendra's, would both get.
Yeah,
would both result in issues.
That's why I leave it up.
If they let us do it at all.
That's why I leave it up to you to come up with something amusing. we will be ranting. We will be ranting about all the stupid that is happening. Because I have had it over stupid. And I'm over stupid. So we're gonna cover stupid, and then we will have a funny stream in the evening. Oh, this was brought up in Mike and John's chat. There's like 4 of you here, and I'm gonna be done in a minute. The chats over there want Mike and John to essentially hold a mock trial, and they want me to be the judge. So you guys
Overruled.
let me know what you think about that. I'm not sure how to take that. But I'm sure there will be an Idaho student. TB, I will cover that one tomorrow too for you. Leave it in a comment at the end of the stream so I have it. And I'm going to start powering through some of this stuff. And the other thing I'm going to do in the next week is we're going to talk about mass casualties and how these incidents should be run and how you're supposed to run mass casualties and what not to do and when to do, since I'm one of the few people that's actually run them and not just on paper. So we're going to go through all of that. TB, did he answer you?
Knowing John, he probably just laughed at that thought.
Mike wants to be a 4 person. But Loki's going to rant and you can all laugh. I'm sure there will be plenty of Loki aneurysm stupid facial expressions. But like I said, I currently am sort of resembling Poison Ivy. Like Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy.
Yeesh.
With my new hairdo.
That could be interesting.
Oh, that's interesting. Michael, you're not answering it here. Michael, we are going to... I need to talk to you because I have something so we can set up our thing. Because I'm setting up what I want to set up because it's my channel. And I want you on it. And everyone else can bite my shiny metal ass. But we will have fun. And I will give you guys one small palate cleanser to laugh before I leave. Everybody ready? Okay. So one of my biggest pet peeves when I was still in the field was people that like to slow down and rubberneck. Because no one's ever seen a fender bender. And they would always slow down, roll down the window and go, "What happened?" And for a while I would just stare at them like, really? Well, then I got annoyed. So every time someone would slow down, you go, "Oh my God, what happened?" I'd go, "Plane crash." And they'd go, "Oh, wow. Yep, plane crash. Real bad plane crash." And they would keep driving. And then half a mile up the road, you would see brake lights, like when it registered. It was always so. And then they would they'd call my boss and be like, "There was a car accident," and I asked the firefighter what happened. They told me it was a plane crash. I'll talk to her. How did you know it was a girl? Hey, Darth. because
Doris, what's up?
she's the only one that's a big enough asshole to answer that. Like, I know where that came from. So we were laughing. And then, unfortunately, I have to find the picture. I actually have a picture. We had a plane crash. It wasn't bad. It was like a Cessna went off the end of the runway, but it was sitting blocking 2 lanes of traffic. Because, there was like a hill after the runway. There's a plane parked on the highway. And someone slowed down. They're like, "What happened?" Looked at them. They went, "Shark attack." And they look at me and they're like, "What?" Shark attack. It's been a
We're in
really bad
Arizona.
year for land sharks. Like, I don't know what we're going to do. These land sharks are out of control. It has been a horrible year for shark attacks. These damn land sharks. And they were like, "Wow." They kept driving. I didn't make it back to the station before I got yelled at on the radio. Well, in some places in Pennsylvania, they have something called fire police, where they have like the light up boards on the back to tell you to move over accident ahead. So one of my friends hacked it and they wrote shark attack ahead. And the fire police officer didn't notice. So they thought it just an accident ahead with an arrow, but it said shark attack. So I got in trouble for that one.
Oh, how did you get in trouble for something somebody else did?
I did that a lot in high school and college. I'm really good at convincing people that are dumber than me to do things. And then I still get blamed, even though I didn't actually do it. I get told to stop putting ideas in heads. But why not? So, yes.
What's the fun in that?
But yes, I told someone there was a shark attack in Chester County, Pennsylvania. And carried on an entire discussion in the middle of Route 202 over a shark attack.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Pennsylvania doesn't even have a port or any other
Pennsylvania's
access
land.
to water directly. Huh?
Yeah, actually, they do in Philly, but it's Jersey, Inner Harbor-ish. But yeah, I was amusing myself. Told everyone that because I couldn't use plane crash that day. I'm like, shark attack. By the way, TB, I have an interview in Houston, Texas for a job. I could soon be Texas Loki.
Ooh.
But we'll see.
My question is, how are you going to move the safe?
Easily, they pay full relocation. That's not my problem.
Oh, that's going to get... Oh, they're going to regret that.
Mm-hmm. I've turned down a few because I refuse to divest myself of my weapons. So, but welcome on down. TB, I come down. I didn't come down this year because of my health. I speak almost every year at the State of Texas Fire and EMS Conference as a featured speaker. So I'm actually down there a fair amount. And I teach through UT Arlington. I'm a NOSHA instructor credentialed out of UT Arlington. So I'm actually down there a fair bit. But never know, I'll go south easily. But yeah, so you can all laugh at that I convinced someone there was a shark attack in the middle of Pennsylvania. That's sarcasm fun. Darth, right what?
I think he's responding to Michael directly
Oh.
above.
I was confused. But I'm going to say goodnight. Be safe. I love you all, my beasties. I'm going to talk to my tech in a minute for the Angry Rant stream and bring popcorn and beer because it's going to get interesting. And then we'll have a fun one tomorrow night. Oh, right, to the shark attack in PA. Yeah, well, Darth, I answered plane crash, and then I had a plane crash. I had to come up with something better. There's a shark
Do
attack,
something.
and they were stupid enough to go, okay, and keep driving.
Oh, jeez.
Why not? Why not have fun with it? So, that being said, I love you all. If you need me, you know how to get a hold of me. You know where to find me. You know all my socials. Do the like, the subscribe, the share. Let's get to 1,000 before the end of the year. If I get to 1,000 before the end of the year, I have a giveaway for you guys and a fun thing that we're going to do. So, let's make it happen. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love you all. Be safe. Bye, guys.